Menya amategeko y'iwacu i Rwanda, uko utabaza ugasaza utamenye mwana wa mama.
You know, at home is where we have to take a rest, we have to relax. It is a better place. You know, we are in Rwanda, which is a good country. No one allowed to stress. No one allowed to be in a hard life. You know, the ground of divorce, according to our laws, according to Rwandan law, that is a ground of divorce. We can't close this chapter. We can't close the ground of divorce without telling you the competent court to declare a divorce. We always tell you this for you to know it and to not do it. It's like notification. Not do this.
Menya amategeko y'iwacu i Rwanda.
Okay, welcome once again. My name is Alexandre. I'm a lawyer. I'm with my partner, Bostus. Today's topic is a ground of divorce. Don't miss. Let's start. Welcome once again. In this channel, we have different topics. Topics related to execution, how to file the case in the court. On this channel, you know, we have many topics. Today's topic, you know, in courts we have different issues, but for us now we are going to discuss about divorce. You know, you can file the case in court and to acquire divorce. One of the couple can file the case and ask the court to give him a divorce, to separate with the wife or to separate with her husband. So, you know, according to our laws, the law which is amended of 2016 was we had a ground of a divorce. So for you to give you a divorce, it was 80 ground. So today we have a new law. We have a family law which is now add the other things, the other ground. You know, in this channel we discuss, we tell you different things, and we clarify. We try to clarify for you to know which is good and which is bad, for you to not be surprised with the court's decision. Now we are going to read for you the Article 2048 of this new law, of the family law, and to tell you the ground of divorce. Let's start by reading this ground of divorce. You know, you can't go to the court, in front of the court. You can't sue your partner and saying that this man or this lady is doing this and this. For you, you need to be in this line of the law. You have to be in line of the law for you to give you, for the court to give you a divorce. We are going to read the ground which cause a divorce. Let us read together Article 2048. We will clarify, we will discuss on each and every paragraph. Let us start by reading this article. Article 48 of family law. Article 2048 of family law. It's new law. The ground, it's where the rights ground of divorce. We are going to read. Each of the spouse may lodge a claim for divorce on one of the following ground. First, it is adultery. You know, adultery, it's penetration of the sex. It's having a sex with the lady or with the husband, which is not yours. But we always receive the case in court where one say, where the spouse, one of the spouse came by saying, my husband, I found my husband in the pub dancing with the ladies. Or we find the ladies, the woman say, I found my husband dancing with the other ladies. Or our husband say, I found my wife dancing with the other man, which is not a ground of divorce. You see, I found my husband eating with, let's say, with the other girl or with other wife, which is not also the ground of divorce. You have to be in this line of divorce. You have to have one of this reason, one of this ground. Don't lodge a case in a court by saying that I found my husband dancing in a pub with the other girls. This is adultery. No. And we know, according to law, to our laws, adultery is like it is a penetration of the sex. You must have in evidence that act was that act happened of penetration of the sex of the penetration of the sex. You can't say this dancing. You can't they are eating together. You must have an evidence of that act. Second, that is adultery. Adultery, it is a penetration of sex. That act, you must have an evidence of that. You can't say, I hear say, one say, your husband is sleeping together with the other woman. Is not a real fact. Is not an evidence. You must have an evidence that that act have already happened. Let's go on the second B. B. Desertion of the matrimonial home by one of the spouse without justifying ground for at least 12 consecutive months. This 12 consecutive months, we also receive in court. One of the spouse, wife or husband, came in front of the court and lodged at the case by saying that my wife. This paragraph, for this paragraph to be considered, it's a 12 consecutive months. It is 12 consecutive months. For you to fulfill this condition, it is a 12 consecutive months. Let's say the husband or wife can go in January. Let's take this example. The wife can go in January, then in June she comes. That condition is not fulfilled. Your husband can go in January, then in let's say in July comes. This condition is not fulfilled also. You can lodge the case against him by basing on this condition. For this ground. You can't say, because it's not consecutive months. This month must be consecutive. It is 12, the law says 12 consecutive months. But for you, if he or she go in January, then he comes in, let's say, June, then he go again, he take also other journey. It must be consecutive. It must be consecutive month, not regularly. Let's take another ground. Conviction for an offense severely damaging reputation. This ground is serious. You can't lodge the case to the court by saying that I hear say my husband, they are saying it's a thief. I hear say my wife is a prostitute. I hear say let's say my couple. Don't say it's a, it may even be suspect, you know, for the person to be convicted with the crime, you know. It's a judge. If a judge say this man or this woman, it's reliable. It's a let's say it commits this man, it commits this offense. That's a conviction. In the judge decision is say judge decision say that this man or this lady is convicted for this offense or for certain offense. That's a conviction. Is not saying that you hear say they say my wife is a thief, my husband is a prostitute. You say that my wife is a prostitute. Is not that. Is not that. Is not what you hear say. Is not what you have understand for the other the others. It's what judge says in a decision. You have a decision, you have a court decision by saying that it is by saying that your husband or your wife convicted with a certain offense. Don't say this and this. It's not normally it's a conviction. Its conviction is not what you have understand. It's what they say, what in the choir say, or what at the market say. No, it's a conviction. It's decision of judge. This for you to for the court to grant this for the court to grant a divorce basing on this ground. The other. Let's say refusal to provide household expense. Refusal to provide household expenses. One of the spouse cannot provide household expenses, but unwillingly. Your husband can have no job, then because of no job they not produce the house all the expenses, or your wife cannot have a job, then she's not, let's say, provide the household the expenses. You can't lodge a case in court by saying that my wife is not provide household expenses based on this ground. No, this ground, it must be voluntary act. Voluntary act. You are willingly, you are not providing household expenses, but willingly. Don't say because you have no money, you are not providing household expenses or household expenses. But if you have it, you don't produce. One of the spouse can file the case in court by basing on this ground. Then the court is ready to give him or her a divorce. E. Physical, psychological, emotional violence, economic harm, or grossly abusive conduct against claimant, a common child of claimant or of defendant. This ground also is serious. Let's say this violation, you know, every child at home must be uh, must have the rights like others. You know, you can be married, but you have another children before, or you are my wife. Let's say that, but you had another wife. You have another child. You had another child, but that child also has a right, the same like yours, like the other children at home. Physical, psychological, emotional violence, economic harm, or grossly abuse conduct against claimant, a common child, a child of claimant or the defendant, or of the defendant. This ground is also serious. Let's say, let me give you an example. Uh, the, the man can always come at home by saying bad words, by which abuse the other. The old wife can always come at home late saying this and this. This also, it's also ground of it's also the ground of divorce. You can write the case in court by saying this man always came at home. It's emotionally violate my rights. It's emotionally, mentally violate my rights. This also can be a real fact, a real ground for the court to give you a divorce. Other thing, it is a gender-based violence. We always say each and everything at home, it is a consent. You can't come home by having a sex with your wife without preparation. You know, each and everything you need a consent of your partner. You can't come always by having a sex with your wife without preparation, or you come your wife, you come to your husband and you need a sex without preparation, without telling him or her good words which put him or her in the mood. You have to put your partner in the mood for you to have that sex. If you don't do that, if you don't do that, one of the partner, you or your partner, it's also the ground of divorce. You can lodge the case in court by saying that my wife always came and have a sex without preparing me. You are husband, you came, you are man, you go in the court, you say, you lodge the case, you lodge the case and say, by saying that, oh, my wife is not, she's always came. Then he start making us. She started having a sex with me without preparation. That's why each and everything, it needs a consent. It needs the preparation. That's why this gender-based violence, we have to fight against this gender-based violence. And you have another mechanism fighting against this this activity. So we have to prepare our wives. We have to prepare our husband for them to be in the mood for us to do what we want. Another ground, de facto separation of a period de facto separation for a period of at least 12 years. The wife or the couple can choose themselves to separate. You say take this room according to their reason. You say take this room, I take this. Take this right room, I take left room. Because they want. Because it's what they want. It's what that couple wants. If it is 2 years, one of the couple can lodge the case in front of, can lodge the case in court by saying that it is too 2 years, then basing on this article, basing on this paragraph, the court can give him or her a divorce basing on this ground, because it is 2 years. Non-cohabitation for more than 6 consecutive months for the date of the celebration of marriage without valid ground. Non-cohabitation for more than 6 consecutive months from the date of the celebration of the marriage without valid ground. Okay? This is also a serious ground. You make marriage, you fall in love with your couple, you are there, you take a decision of making a marriage, but it is a 6 months without being together. We always give an example of the one who is not let's say who is not in Rwanda. You are in America, or you are in China, you are there, you have your job, you came in Rwanda, you make marriage with our girls, then you go. If it is 6 months, that one can file the case. We take that example because we always see that girl, we also see that man who have already married with the man or with the girl, but is not around, it's not in Rwanda. It's also a serious case. That's why some of them, if he or she lodge the case in the court based on this ground, and he or she say that it is a 6 months. We celebrate our marriage, but it's a 6 months. We are not together like a husband and wife. This also court can base on this ground and give a divorce. Let's take another point. The non-cohabitation following mistreatment of the spouse cannot be considered as dissertation of the matrimonial home if victim spouse has informed the nearest local administration before leaving matrimonial home and the record thereto has been drawn. This also is a serious ground. We all know that there is a lion man. You are home, but you behave like a lion. You behave like a beast. You always beat your wife. You always tell him bad word, and or you are woman, but you behave like a lion. You behave like a beast. You always your husband is not. At home is where we have to take a rest. We have to relax. It is a better place. In English they say home is where you find a peace. But at your home there's no peace. If one of spouse goes to, let's say, nearest local authority, they say that at my home there is this kind of problem, this and this, it's at home. My husband behave like this and this, so I need your help. I need your help, my reader. Then we are in Rwanda, which is a good country. No one allowed to stress. No one allowed to be in a hard life. That's why if you go to the nearest reader, you say local readers. You say they make a report for that. They make a report for that. You tell him. Then they also make the investigation. They see what they realize what you are saying is true. They write that you have that report that will not be considered will not be considered as an offense. That will not be considered as a problem. You are not a problem, but because that is it's like a self-defense. You are defending your life. You can't be in that house until the court will order the divorce. No, but you are there to save your life. You leave that home, you leave that house for you to save your life. That's why every day you have to advise our friends to not be like a beasts, to resolve a dispute in using a mediation, to resolve their problems without fighting, without making a noise, without making a noise. We always advise our family to sit together and to resolve their dispute. Thank you. That is the ground of divorce according to our laws, according to Rwandan law. That is a ground of divorce. We can't forget to tell you the competent court to resolve a dispute related to divorce. Let me read you this article. We can't close this chapter. We can't close the ground of divorce without telling you the competent court to declare a divorce. Article 2049 of this law of the family law say that the claim for divorce is filed before the competent court of jurisdiction where the spouse had their last matrimonial home, of the jurisdiction where the defendant is domiciled, the place of residence, or elected domicile, or where plaintiff is domiciled or reside at the time of filing a claim for divorce. You know the competent court will close this topic of divorce. The competent court, we don't tell you this for you to make a divorce, for you to lodge the case. We always tell you this for you to know it and to not do it. We tell this ground of divorce not to lodge the case in court, but to not do this. It's like notification. Not do this. If you do this, it's a real fact. It is a real ground for your partner to lodge the case in court by saying that by acquiring divorce in court. We always teach you. We always tell this. We always advise you to not do this and this and this. This ground of divorce, don't do it. Thank you. We can't go without telling you. If you need to be together, you just make subscribe on this channel, make comment, make share. Then you tell us what you want. You tell us what you want us to discuss for you to be together for every day. Thank you. Don't forget, subscribe. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Menya mategeko yiwachirwa